Well, we've definitely made some progress here. And by the end of this video, we should have a better feel of what the final product will look like. Our next step here will be to put back the central module on the chassis as well as its side brackets. There's really not much to it, so simply follow what I'm doing on the screen. Okay, let's jump to the pump installation. First we will need our brackets, our D5 pumps, probably the most reliable choice you can make on the market today, and the bits and screws which will hold the whole thing together. Okay, I am not going to sugarcoat it to you, this part can be tricky. What you can see me doing here is marking the whole positions of our bracket. And using a 3mm drill bit, we need to pierce not through one but two layers of metallic plates so that we can securely screw our pump brackets onto the chassis. I am kind of saying this slow because it was much tougher than what it looks like on the screen. I was surprised at how thick those plates were, and it took me a healthy amount of time. If you survive this part, we can go ahead and start assembling our bracket to the pump. It is straightforward, but make sure that the cables transit through the base of the bracket and not the back. This next step should be easy. Cables first, we are going to put in place our assembled bracket and pump onto the chassis. Simply make sure that our pump's outlet faces the back of our case. And then finally, let's secure our pump's bracket onto the case's floor using 4 thumb screws. Please remember, both of our pump's outlets should be facing the back of our case. And yes, we already have a bunch of cables waiting for us. Adds up, doesn't it? Alright, this last step is the easiest one. We are going to put in place both our reservoirs. The only thing we have to make sure is that both ends are fully watertight. So we're simply going to make sure that the water rings are put in place and solidly screwed on our reservoir. We are going to put them in place. And you know, this part seems easy, but always remember that when you install reservoirs horizontally, we don't have gravity to remind us if it is well tightened to the bracket. So make sure to double check that it is. Remember that the flow of water will cause some vibration and it will naturally push our reservoir to move a little bit. So if they are not well secured onto the bracket, over time you will see them slowly and ever slightly moving away towards the central module edges. One last and important point. Remember that both our loops are directing the liquid to flow in opposite direction. Therefore, both our reservoirs should be pointing at opposite directions as well. And we are done cutting and drilling around. Next up, the motherboard. Let's get geeky. Boom chicka wow wow.